Hello everyone and welcome to the Jammer Lammy review. Now you're probably asking, why does this guy keep jumping around franchise to franchise with each video? Well, this is going to be a sort of an experiment to try to make shorter form videos more consistently rather than dumping like a 45-minute video every 6 months, because that's not sustainable. And I sort of want to just get more content out here. And I figured, why not just start reviewing some older games? And this one's a pretty good one to start with because, one, rhythm game, two, I've played it very recently and it's still very fresh in my head. And three, I love the aesthetic of this game. I will say, however, I did not play Parappa the Rappa first. I played this first. So all of my context for how these games work is through this game exclusively. You might be wondering, why is that important to mention? Because this game's a sequel. Parappa the Rappa 1 is a game that is worth $90 for an original PS1 copy. I'm not paying that. I'm gonna try to get the remaster and make a review of that next, but I figured I'd start with the game that obviously I bought first and I have the physical disc of, because I bought this on my Vita first just because I wanted to mess around with it, and then I loved the game so much I bought it physically on PS1, which that's how I recorded that. I just played the PS1 copy through my PS2, which is probably why the audio or the video looks so choppy. And yes, I know I could have totally played it legally on my computer, but I rather play it on original hardware to get more of an authentic experience in the first place, and to get accurate look at what it might look like if you were playing it on your own TV. I will probably use, because I didn't record everything I needed for this, so I'll probably use a long play for this, but probably not. Who knows? I'll link, if I do, I'll probably link it just so it's there, and obviously giving credit. So, and anyways, let's start with the game. And before we get into the story or anything, which this game barely has a story, that's going to be just a quick thing. But first of all, the gameplay. I want to talk about the gameplay first, because the very first few Parappa 1 and this game have this game's better about it from what I've heard, but Parappa 1 and this game are very weird with their timing. It's less of actually playing the accurate note from what I know, and more so getting it on beat. Even for Jammer Lammy, which makes less sense it makes sense with Parappa because it's rapping, but Jammer Lammy, it's a bit weirder, especially for a game that's based on guitar. And there was an arcade game based off of this, and it had guitar controllers, so it's just huh? And this game, I have had very inconsistent timing windows, probably because I'm playing on an HD TV. But it's very inconsistent with how it registers timing and how it registers freestyle things. So there's not a lot of that. I did get a cool ranking once just so I could display it off, but that's about it. Anyways, on to the start of the game. Okay, so when you start the game, there's a animated intro that plays that sort of shows how Lammy perceives the world almost, I guess. But basically it starts with them watching a movie. They walk out, and then they go to a diner. Two bullies walk in, and it basically just explains that Lammy can basically do anything with her guitar. And then you go to the start screen after that. You start your game, and the first cutscene is Lammy showing up to the milk can show, and this is the only reference that this level is the only reference is that it's a sequel to Parappa the Rappa, because Lammy not only references the ending of the final level of Parappa 1, but Chop Chop Master Onion is the teacher of this level, which I find hilarious. Because he's a washed up deadbeat. Not deadbeat, but washed up. And that's basically the entire bit of him being here, is that he's washed up. And then in the song, if you're not paying attention to the lyrics, you won't pick up on this. But he actually predicts what happens in the game, and you'll see as you'll see as the story goes on, that he basically predicted it. I didn't even notice, because when I first played the game, I didn't pay attention, and I just was playing the game normally, and I didn't even notice that until I watched the video that said it. And this is actually the level where I got cool on, so we'll talk about that. So with the Parappa games, you have a rating system of bad. You have a cool, good, bad, awful, and then after that you fail. So cool is basically when you freestyle, like you do enough correct freestyles that the game lets you just freestyle the entire track, which I managed. Yeah, I managed to do. I think with this one, and or no, I don't think I managed to do it with Cha Cha Macedonia. I think I did it with the firefighting level. We'll get into that. But with that, basically you get to freestyle the entire track. But if you don't do it properly, you get knocked back down to good, and then bad is just like obviously a one to just in between state, and then awful is like you better do good or you're gonna fail. So then back to the story and all that. Uh, Lammy completes the song, and it's a dream. It's a dream sequence. So we see her get ready for rushing to get ready because Milk Can has a live show, and as she's rushing out, there's a fire in a massive building. They cleared off. They blocked an entire section of the road. So what happens is Lammy's like, I need to get through here. And then the firefighter guy's like, if you're in such a rush, why did you come here and do it yourself? And that's the start of this next episode. But real quick, before I get into that, I wanted to mention that I sort of like how these cutscenes are set up because it's almost like a Saturday morning cartoon where they have the title card and then they'll play the cutscenes. And then you have the ending cutscene, and they'll just basically, that's the cycle, which I find it funny. It's sort of like cartoon episodes. Now with this level, it's I have this song stuck in my head because I was bad at this game at first. So this one I was constantly looping through playing. So I just have this song burned into my head. Which this and another one later on, like I kept failing on whenever I would play it. But yeah, this level's pretty fun. I like the aesthetic of it, and it's a fun track. Which, actually, I'm gonna get into the soundtrack review near the end of the video because I have a few things I want to say about it. Anyways, on to the third level. Okay, so fire's put out on the building. They have pizza. Lammy is apparently lactose intolerant, so the pizza fucking not joking, bloats her, and then she runs into a maternity store. This worm thing thinks she's a mother. They get this whole celebration going, and then then the song starts. I need to I don't know. I don't remember how the cutscene goes, but it's just like, what? Why? This game. I forgot to mention. Oh my god, I'm so stupid. I forgot to mention this game is insanely trippy. And this is a good example of it. But anyways, this song is actually one of the more different songs in this soundtrack. It's a full-on, like, I want to say surf rock. It's very surf rock-esque, but it's not punk. It's very fast, which a lot of these songs are usually grooving songs. This one's just straight up fast, like not nonstop, but like fast, consistent speed, which a lot of these songs aren't in this game. But it's a fun playthrough. It's one of the more songs I can consistently pass on this game. But after you do that, oh yeah, by the way, Lammy uses a fucking baby as a guitar for this one. I get the whole gimmick is that her guitar can help her do anything, but she's playing a baby like a guitar. And then after that, the fucking worm thing is complaining that you're not actually like Lammy's not actually a mother or anything. It's so fucking stupid. And then the next level has Lammy dealing with a pilot that is what? Technically, would this be considered split personality disorder? I guess. But yeah. And it activates when he gets his head damaged, so it's like brain damage or something. I bet I didn't make the joke you thought I was going to make here. This isn't a Schlatt video. Anyways, so I like this song. This is actually one of my favorites. This is one of my favorite songs out of the main track list. I like because it's very rhythmic. And I was honestly caught off guard by the fact there was a metal adjacent song here. especially like the one that actually is like a chug heavy song. I thought the songs were all gonna. I mean, it's groove, but like I thought all the songs were gonna be sort of like classic rock adjacent groovy songs. This one threw me for a loop. Honestly, it was pretty fun to play, even though it is probably one of the most simple ones on this track list. And we're about halfway through the game. So after we complete this, Lammy gets off the plane, and she forgot her guitar. So then she finds a music shop. They have no instruments. And then the guy, this creep beaver at the counter, asks her if she'll do anything.
A greedy girl, ain't ya?
Oh, please. I'll do anything. Anything, please.
And he literally just means physical labor. Why did they set it up like this? But yeah, I hate this song. It's great. The audio is great. Like it's not a bad song instrumentally, but like the singer they got, the voice of the beaver is grating to my ears, and I don't know if that's because I have autism and I have noise sensitivity, but like I also, it probably doesn't help that I had to replay this of like 20 times whenever I play it, because I could never get the rhythm right on anything with this track. But like, it's okay. It's an annoying level, but it does not take the cake for like the hardest level in this game. That would go to the next one. But yeah, if you succeed, Lammy builds the new guitar, which is green for some reason, even though they made it straight out of a tree somehow. But after that, Lammy slides on a banana peel and gets sent to a mysterious island. And yes, I'm American, so my version doesn't have the version where Lammy slips on a banana peel and gets sent to hell. But yeah, I didn't even bother like replaying this for the actual like footage recording. I just saved a replay because I knew I was gonna need it later on. So that's what you're seeing right here. Which is pretty cool that this game does have a replay function. I don't think a lot of PS1 games had that. It's neat, but like, man, I do not like the chart for this stage, and especially just trying to get it down is. There's a reason why the speedrun strat is to try to get cool as soon as possible, so you can just jam through the rest of the track. I find the song, it's fine. However, the Parappa version gave us the best clip ever of him saying, "I'm." Well, you thought I was gonna finish that, but that clip is funny as hell. That's the only thing good thing this song has given us. And this game is only 7 stages. We're on stage 6. Next one's the finale. Stage 7, the big show. Not the wrestler, but everyone ended up being nearly late to the show because they all had their own little adventures like Lammy did. Except Lammy probably had the most insane one, considering in one timeline she goes to hell. But they end up successfully setting up their show and everything goes all right. I like this song too. This is a very by the numbers rock song, but it's very fun, and it's again this game varies in difficulty, but this is one of the easier ones, or at least I can get my head around. And I do like the fact that if you do worse, slowly like things get removed, like the crowd goes away, or like some parts of the stage get removed and instruments get removed. That's a pretty funny detail, honestly. Show goes well and everything goes good. And then you get credits, which that's not where this video is going to end for once. But I have a question. Whenever you like get through the credits and everything, there's a cutscene with the drummer. I forgot. I think it's Masan. But why is that cutscene there? It doesn't serve a purpose, does it? Was it supposed to be like a stinger for like a sequel maybe or something like that? Because it's so weird, because then it just loops back to playing the intro. So I don't know what was going on with that. But yeah, that's the entire game. And the little tangent real quick is that there's albums for each game, and there's an album for there's like two albums for this game. Or no, three. You have the actual in-game versions of the song, and you have the Milk Can album, which is on streaming services. But that's like every song from the game slightly modified. Katie actually sings where most of the teachers in the game would sing. I completely forgot to mention that. The people you are playing with, or like the people who are singing the song in this game are called teachers, mainly because that's the mechanic from Parappa. They would be teaching you something in the game from like if you were playing Parappa 1. But most of their lines are actually replaced by Katie Cat singing instead, which I like. It honestly makes sense. I do find it funny though that Lammy must have just wrote all of these songs down and they re-recorded all of them for an album. Mind you, it's not even just the songs that are the in-game songs. It's like miscellaneous songs too, like songs you'll hear in the background of cutscenes or songs that are in cutscenes. The entire soundtrack is reworked for an album, and then you have a version. I think it's an EP or just the 7 tracks from Parappa's Route is also a CD that you can find, which I find pretty cool. And there was no anime for this one, but there's a shit ton of merchandise, which that buying old games that have fully intact manuals and stuff make me so sad because you could see full on like merchandise you can't get anymore. I so want to get a Lammy t-shirt, but I can't because they don't exist. And also, interesting little factoid, Fernandez, they went bankrupt, but they also made a line of guitars for this game, which 3 are those cheap little speaker guitars they make, but they made a Lammy signature guitar, but it's not 100% accurate because it doesn't have a whammy bar. Also, I am very worried about the state of those guitars nowadays because they have no truss rod either. But that was also a pretty cool thing. So, yeah, that's all I really have to talk about. Subscribe if you want to, like if you liked it, dislike it if you disliked it, and I am out.
Nobody likes you, everyone left you. They're all out without you, having fun.